Welcome back, sports gamers. It's the Natural. Have an update on NCAA football saga. Feel like we've been going at this for a while, but I mean, there has been progress. There's been litigation. There's been payouts. There have been commissions formed. I mean, I just try to keep you guys updated on all the latest on, you know, the possibility and when it's going to come back. And I see some people sometimes getting frustrated in comments. I just want it back. I don't want to hear. I don't care. I don't hear about it until it comes back. Well, listen, this is all a part of the process. At the core of many of the issues and problems with the game returning is player likeness and the ability for players to be compensated for their likeness in the game. So people say, why don't they just make a game with no likeness, no players? No one's gonna buy a game with no likeness, no teams, no anything. Okay, so you say, why don't you just put the teams in the game? Again, the same way. They don't feel comfortable. They can sell a game with no real players. EA makes their money on licensed games, from Star Wars to the NFL and Madden to FIFA and with football, soccer. All these things are licenses. People buy licensed games. People buy licensed movies and all those things. Now, hardcore gamers might say, I don't care, but hardcore gamers don't make up the majority of purchases of video games. Hate to break it to you guys. So they will come forward and they will make the game, most likely when all this stuff is handled, when players are compensated, when everything is lined up perfectly and they feel they can make money off a licensed game where people are compensated. Then that's when NCAA football will come back. And today in California, we did make a right step in the right direction, is that they will have an actual bill that's coming up in California where it's just passed. They proposed a bill and it passed that would amend the tax code to allow student athletes to profit off their name and likeness, which is at the core of the issue of NCAA football and it coming back. So this bill was actually passed last month by the state senate in a 31-4 vote, and the bill will be debated in a hearing on Tuesday in front of California's Assembly Arts, Entertainment, Sports, Tourism, and Internet Media Committee. Now, if the bill is approved after that, it will then move to the state's Higher Education Committee, and then that committee will have until July 11th to approve it in order to keep the legislation alive for the remainder of the year. Now, while that bill sounds like great news for student athletes and for fans of NCAA football and basketball franchises, not everyone is happy and approve of this move, namely the NCAA president, Mark Emmert. Shocking, I know. So Emmert has sent a letter to the chairs of the two state assembly committees in California, writing that if this bill is passed, then California schools would be banned from posters and play for violating into the NCAA rules. So now you have the NCAA going up against California for the right to not compensate players fairly from their likeness. So in this letter, Emmert also asked the committees to postpone any debates of the bill while the NCAA goes over the matter. And as we reported earlier, the NCAA launched a working group designed to look into this issue, and the group is expected to issue its final report in October. So what they're really asking is, hey, we know you got this bill coming forward. Could you hold up and wait till our working group can, you know, look into this and see how we can change things? And to me, that's the funniest thing. It's like, who will watch the Watchmen? Who's gonna police the policeman? Like, hey, we're forming a group to examine the things that we're doing. Like, okay, we know that's gonna turn out great. Most likely the working group's gonna look and be like, no compensation needed. We're good. Continue as is. Let's keep making billions of dollars without compensating players with just a scholarship. The value of a scholarship does not match the amount of value of a billion-dollar industry that players bring in major sports and TV contracts. So what does this mean for NCAA football and basketball? While the bill would be a big step forward, it doesn't necessarily mean that the NCAA will allow players to profit off their name. The reason being is, while the state of California may look to make this legal, it still does not change NCAA rules and position on this issue, since college players are still bound to those rules because they're student athletes. So while pressure on the state and federal level may eventually force the NCAA hands on this, we will get a better sense of where we are with the working group issues its report on the matter. If the members of the committee, many who are college presidents and league commissioners, recommend that players be allowed to receive compensation, then that could be a huge deciding factor. but we won't know until they come back and say something on this. And like I said, I will be shocked if the working group comes back anything other than maintain the status quo. It's like, why? Like, hey, we're all making millions. Our coaches are making millions. Athletic directors are making millions. Everyone's making money with the players. Like, why do we want to change anything? Like, why share if you made the rules that you don't have? I just hate the fact that you're basically limiting person's ability to own their own name, to own their own likeness. Zion Williamson was Zion Williamson before he went to Duke. They didn't make him. He came in, he benefited the school really more than they benefited him at all. The fact that he couldn't make a profit off his own name, his own likeness, I just believe that no school or anyone should own another person where they can't benefit of their own likeness, of their own name. The same thing for someone like Jadeveon Clowney, who had a name and everything before he even went to school, before he went to college. And the fact that those guys, one, are forced to go to college. They can't just go and play pro when they want to. And two, are forced that NCAA is the only person that can make money off of them, and they can't make money off themselves. So that's pretty much it. That's an update on the latest NCAA football. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Drop a like and subscribe. Let me know what you feel, how you think about it in the comments below. This is The Natural. I'll catch you guys out later. I'm out.